study in module 3 months. So you'll study about the clipping. um what do you mean by clipping? 3D geometric transformation, color and illumination model. So here clipping means you will talk about the clipping window, normalization of that window, viewport transformation, and one algorithm is there. Um, Cohen-Sutherland's algorithm, that is very important. And after that, so this Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm, it is there in your lab exercise also, as a part of lab program also it is there. So that also, that is very important from examination point of view. And one more thing is polygon fillet clipping. One is line clipping algorithm, and the other one is polygon clipping algorithm, which we will call it as Sutherland Hodgman polygon clipping algorithm. So first thing is you should know about clipping window, display window, and all. So after that, um, we'll study these two algorithms, line clipping, polygon clipping. Then we'll proceed to geometric transformation. So translation, rotation, scaling, all these things. So the first one is clipping. So the first concept will be the clipping concept. So clipping window. So what do you mean by clipping window means? See, clipping window means you the window, like the window which will consist of the viewing object. Like you can design your own clipping window of any shape, size, and orientation. The choice is left to you. But if you're clipping a scene which contains uh, concave polygon, or if you are clipping a scene using uh, clipping window with the boundaries which are not linear. So if you are clipping a scene using a concave polygon, or a clipping window which contains non-linear boundary, then processing will be more. It requires more processing. So clipping a standard rectangle window is easier. Why? Because you know the starting point of you know that the graphics will support um, the coordinate position. So you also know that in display window is also in the form of rectangle. It will take some four parameters, like x min, y min, x max, y max. The first two position coordinates to the left hand side of the starting position of the screen, and the last two coordinates corresponds to the, I mean, x min, x min, y min, x max, y max. X min, y min means the starting position of the screen, and x max, y max means the ending position of the screen, the boundary of the screen. Uh, so you can design your own any clipping window of any shape, size, and orientation. But clipping a scene using polygon, the concave polygon, or clipping a window with non-linear boundaries will require extra processing when compared with the rectangle. So rectangular clipping window can be easily defined by giving the four coordinate positions. That is, by giving the coordinate positions of the opposite corners of each rectangle. So that is what. So opposite corner means the lowermost position of the screen and the highermost position of the screen. By giving the four coordinate positions, you can identify the boundary. You can identify the boundary of this clipping window. So how it is being done. So first thing is, so there is a world coordinate. So there is a world coordinate which is given by the values xw, x naught, xw1, xw2, xw3, like that. So we have generally we have a world coordinate system. So within that world coordinate system, you are setting the viewing coordinate system. So this is a world coordinate system. So this is governed by the world coordinate system. So within this world coordinate system, you are setting your viewing coordinate system. So that is how the approach is being followed. So what they are doing, so general approach for 2D viewing transformation is to set up a viewing coordinate system within the world coordinate frame. So actually there is a frame. Actually there is a frame which is defined by, this is a world coordinate frame. So within that frame, you are using the viewing coordinate frame, like that, viewing coordinate system. So this is the approach that is being followed. This is the approach that is being followed. What is the approach? A two-dimensional viewing transformation is set up within a world coordinate frame by using viewing coordinate system. So in this example also you can check, you can also check. So see, here the world coordinate system is given by x world coordinates and y world coordinates given by these two lines which I have highlighted. So now they are selecting a point. Now what they are doing means now they are selecting a point. So now they are selecting some point given by x naught, y naught as the origin for viewing coordinate. So this is the viewing coordinate. This is world coordinate. This is viewing coordinate. So what they are doing means mm, they are choosing a point. They are choosing a point. They are choosing an origin point for this 2D viewing coordinate frame at some position given by x naught comma y naught. So which is given by the point p naught. So what they are doing means a general approach for this 2D viewing transformation is to set up a viewing coordinate system within the world coordinate frame. So for that what we are doing means we will choose a origin for this 2D viewing coordinate system at some point given by, in this example it is given by x naught comma y naught. See, that can be the origin point. We choose an origin for the 2D viewing coordinate frame at some point of world coordinate system given by x naught comma y naught, and we can establish the orientation using the vector v, which will define the direction. So the vector v will define the vector v. We can establish the orientation using a vector v, which will define the y view direction. So this is the y view directions. So vector v, we will call it as the view up vector. Vector v, we will call it as the view up vector. So here vector v is the world vector. So this is the one method. So this is the one method. So how do you do that means first thing is you will choose a origin point for this viewing coordinate system at some point within the world coordinate system given by the points p naught is equal to x naught comma y naught. Then you will set up a world view vector. Then you will set up the orientation using world view vector v, which is also known as two dimension view up vector. So what this vector v will do means it will set up the direction. It will set up the y view direction. This vector v will set up the y view direction. So this is the one approach. The second approach. So what is the second approach means? See, the second approach is to and see, this is the first approach for obtaining the orientation. The second approach for specifying the orientation of this y view. So we just know this. So a second approach for specifying the orientation of this viewing frame is to give the rotation angle with respect to the x-axis, y-axis. So an alternative method for specifying the orientation of this viewing frame is to give the rotation angle with respect to the x-axis or y-axis with of world frame. Meaning, see, earlier in this image it is like this, no. So this is the viewing coordinate system. So what they are doing means they will first bring it to the origin. First, when they bring it to the origin, so it will be like this. So then they'll perform the rotation of this viewing coordinate system such that this line will intersect with the world coordinate system. So they will rotate this line by some theta. So that is what it is being done. So an alternative method for specifying this viewing coordinate system, or for our orientation of this viewing frame, is to give the rotation angle with respect to either x world axis or y world axis. So first thing is, what is the first step that is being followed means the first step is to perform the translation where you are moving the viewing coordinate system from the position x naught y naught to the origin of world coordinate system. So the first step in the transformation is to translate the viewing origin to the world origin, bringing this viewing origin point to the world origin point. So after that, the second step is to perform rotation. So this X view, you are rotating till this line will interact with, sorry, this line will intersect with X world, or you will rotate this Y view till it intersects with Y world. So that is also the first step is to translate the viewing origin to the world origin. The next step is to rotate the viewing system to align with the world origin. So this is the second step. So after that, given the orientation vector, you can calculate the component of unit vectors v and u. So given the orientation vector v, you can calculate the components of unit vector v, which is vx comma vy, and u, which is given by ux comma uy. So this v is for y view, and u is for uh, x view or x axis. So given the orientation of vector v, you can calculate the components of unit vector v and unit vector u um, with respect to the y view axis and y view axis and x view axis. So and one more thing is, like uh, here the formula is given by uh, so what you're doing, you're mapping the world coordinate, you're mapping the world coordinate to the viewing coordinate, which is given by r into t. So r into t means first you are performing the translation, after that you are performing the rotation. So that's why it's a product of rotation and translation matrix. So so the formula is the mapping is done by the multiplication of translation matrix with the rotation matrix. Um, so um, yeah, that's all. So this is how the mapping is being done. This is how the mapping is being done in um, viewing coordinate clipping window. So this is how the process is being used in viewing coordinate clipping window. Uh, so this is how it is being done in the viewing coordinate clipping window. So translate from the origin of viewing frame to the world frame, then rotate such that the axis will coordinate or it will intersect with the x-axis or y-axis. So two transformations are there here. So transformation matrix T, which will move from the viewing origin to the world origin, and transformation matrix R, which is the rotation matrix, which will be used for aligning with either the x-axis or y-axis of that world coordinate thing. So next thing, what is the next thing means? The next one is world coordinate clipping window. So for world coordinate clipping window, we have a routine. So a routine for defining the standard rectangular clipping window in the world coordinate is typically provided in the graphics programming library. Means we have a function. So we have a function using which you can get the rectangular clipping window in the world coordinate system. Given the boundaries by four parameters, you specify the parameters which describes the boundary. The graphics will take care of defining the world coordinate world coordinate clipping window. So once you get the clipping window, so if there is any object, so the once you get the clipping window, you can specify the coordinate positions. You can specify the coordinate positions using which you can form a window. So after the window has been as after the window has been established, so you can process the screen, or you can process the scene through the viewing routine to the output devices. So how do you perform that means we have studied just now. First bring the viewing code first bring the viewing frame to world frame by performing the translation. So here the point P. So some point on this viewing frame is being moved to the world coordinate frame. So initially it will look like this. Initially it will be like this on performing the translation. Then it will be rotated such that this axis will coordinate with this line will coordinate with x-axis or y-axis. So this is the end result. So a triangle with the selected frame point and orientation vector is rotated to position B with a clipping window. So first thing is establish the clipping window, which we have the function for that. Once the clipping window has been established, the screen description is processed through the weaving routines to the output devices. So first thing is we first thing is we translate the object. We translate the object to the desired position on the origin, and then rotate the object and set up the clipping window in all world coordinates. So that is so once we have performed the translation, once we have performed the translation plus rotation, we are setting up the clipping window. So what we are doing means we'll rotate, we'll translate the object first. After that, we will rotate the object to the desired position. So we have done the translation and rotation, and we have brought this object to the desired position. Once we have brought the object to the desired position, we are setting up the clipping window in world coordinates. So see here we have translated and we have brought the object. Object has been translated and object has been rotated and object has been brought to a position on the world coordinate. Once the object has been brought to this position, we are setting up the clipping window. We are setting up the clipping window, and this clipping window is in world coordinate system. So this is the this is how the world coordinate clipping window will be set up. An object in the weaving coordinate system get it to the world coordinate system by performing the suitable operations, translation and rotation. Once that is done, set up a clipping window. Set up a clipping window in the world coordinate system or world coordinate uh, positions. So this is the second one. After this normalization and viewport transformation. So normalization means you have studied in 2D pipeline also you would have studied some five boxes where there five steps of transition were there. So normalization also sometimes it will be like 0 to 1 and sometimes it will be -1 to 1. So like this. So the ranges were given from 0 to 1 in few cases and -1 to +1 in few cases. So we studied that the normalization value can range from 0 to 1 and -1 to +1. So now we will talk about that. Now we'll talk about that. Uh, See the viewport coordinates are often uh, given in the range from 0 to 1 so that the viewport is positioned within the unit square. So you want to position the viewport within the unit square. So for this purpose you are giving the value in the range 0 to 1 and also mm, once the clipping is done, this unit square can be mapped to the output devices. So um, so in order to position the viewport within the unit square, we will be giving the value 0 to 1. So once the clipping operation is performed, so this viewport can be mapped to the output devices. So how do they do that means the first thing is you can check here. See, first thing is you can check. So this is the clipping window. So the first image is the clipping window in the world coordinate frame. This is the clipping window in the world coordinate frame. So this is the um, clipping window in the world coordinate frame. So first what you will do means um, you will consider or you will consider this is a viewport. So this is a view you will consider a viewport which is defined in the normal coordinates. Here the maximum value will be like from 0 to 1, 0 to 1. So what you're doing means the um, first thing is you consider the viewport defined with the normal coordinate values between 0 to 1. So after that the object descriptions will be transformed into this. See, first thing is you consider a viewport defined with the normal coordinate values. So you don't be, you so first part is, let me be clear. See first, so see we have this clipping window. The first step will be to define the viewport in the range 0 to 1, 0 to 1. So this will be my first step. We have a clipping window. So first what I will do means I will consider a viewport with the normalized coordinate values from 0 to 1. So after that the object description, so object descriptions are transformed, descriptions are transformed to this normalized viewport by using the transformations such that it will maintain the same placement of a point within the viewport, and as if it had the clipping window position in the clipping window, which will be mapped to the positions xv comma yv. So this position, this xw comma yw in the clipping window position will be mapped to xv comma yv in the normalization viewport. So what is that means object descriptions are transformed to this normalized space using transformations which will maintain the same relative placement, the same placements of a point in the viewport as it was in the clipping window. See how this point was in the clipping window, the same placement, the same distances, all the things will be the relative placement or relative position of a point in the clipping window will be maintained in the viewport window also. The viewport window also, uh, and um, and what it will do means uh, the positions or a point, the relative placement of a point in the viewport as it had in the clipping window position in the will be mapped to the position xv comma yv in the viewport. See whatever position was there with relevant to this um, x comma xw comma yw in the clipping window, the same thing will be mapped to xv comma yv in the normalization viewport. So I will just read out the description. So object descriptions are transformed to this normalized space using a transformation which maintains a relative placement position of a point in a viewport, as it had in the clipping position in the clipping window is mapped to a position in the associated viewport. Meaning, see the placement of this point, how it was there in the clipping window, the same thing will be maintained in the normalization viewport also. So that is what um, it is being said. So after this, after this you need to perform transformation. So you need to perform the transformation in world coordinate system to some position in view coordinate system. So for that we have one formula. That formula is given by this line. So this is the formula which can be used to transform the position, which can be used to transform the world coordinate point to some relative position in the viewpoint. So there is some there is some point here, so that needs to be transformed to some point in the viewing coordinate system. Now for that we are using this formula xp minus xp min by xp max minus xv min is equal to xw minus xw min. So see, this is a formula which is being done, which is being used to transform this a point from clipping window to viewport window. So and also if you solve this equation, if you solve this equation So if you solve this equation for the position, if you solve this equation for the position xv comma yv, if you solve this equation for the position xv comma yv, you will get you will get the formula as xv is equal to scaling x into uh, xw plus tx. Xv is done, then xv after that yv is equal to scaling along y into yw plus ty. So where scaling along x, scaling along y is given by this formula, and the translation tx and ty is given by the, see, if you solve this two for, if you solve these two equations, if you solve this one and if you solve this two, you'll get xv in terms of scaling and translation, yv in terms of scaling and translation, and sx is given by those two formulas which I've highlighted. So they are the scaling factors here. Sx are the scaling factor and sy is also the scaling factor along x parameter and y parameter, and tx is the translation factor along x-axis, and ty is the translation factor along y-axis. So what this formula will tell us means, what this formula will tell us means, see, first thing is here this, here what this formula will tell means, you will scale this clipping window, you will scale this clipping window to the size of the viewport. After that you will perform the translation. So scale, see, s- scale the clipping window to the size of the viewport and then perform the translation in simple terms, in simple terms. So first thing is, in order to transform the world coordinate point to some relative positions within the viewport, we have this formula xv minus xv min by xv max minus xv min is equal to xw minus xw min by xw max minus xw min. The same thing is done for y also. So after this, if you solve those formula, if you solve those formulas, you'll get the position of xv is equal to sx xw plus tx, yv is equal to sy yw plus ty. Here, this here sy and sx are the scaling factors which take care of scaling operations, and tx and ty are the translation factors given by the formula tx is equal to xw max xv min minus xw min xv max. This is a formula, you just need to remember this formula. So mm, so once so you've got the formulas, you have got the formulas to perform the to perform the transformation from world coordinate clipping window to the viewport thing. So what is the operation, what is the sequence that is being followed means, so first thing is you are scaling the clipping window sx into xw. So you are scaling the clipping window to the size of the viewport by using the by using the so what is this, by using, so your first thing is you're scaling this clipping window to the size of this viewport by using a fixed point position of minimum position of xw minimum yw minimum. So after that you're performing the translation, after that you're perform, see, first thing is you're performing the scaling, first thing is you're performing the scaling of this clipping window to this viewport window by using a fixed point position. What is a fixed point position? Xw minimum and Yw minimum. After that, you're translating this uh, fixed point position from Xw minimum, Yw minimum to uh, xv minimum and yv minimum. So these are the two steps that are involved in translation. The first step is scaling the clipping window to the size of the viewport using the fixed point position of xw minimum, yw minimum. After that, you are performing the translation from xw minimum, yw minimum to, from that coordinate position to xv minimum comma yv minimum. So this transformation, so these transformations can also be expressed in the matrix form. This transformation can also be expressed in the matrix form given by S is equal to Sx Sy, then xw min 1 minus sx, yw min 1 minus. So this is a matrix representation of scaling transformation. So those two equations can also be expressed. Those two equations can also be expressed in the matrix form also. So the scaling transformation is expressed using this matrix given by the 3 cross 3 matrix. Sx0 xw min into 1 minus sx, same thing 0 sy, uh, yw min into 1 minus sy, and the translation is also given. The two dimension matrix for translation is given. So this is for the this translation is for the lower left corner of the clipping window. So lower left corner of the clipping window. Why? Because you can check that we're performing the transformation from this point to this point, which is the lower left corner of the transformation viewport corner. And also the multiplication or the composite matrix of T into S will is given by this formula, scaling with transformation, scaling along those respective scaling along x and y axis along with the transformation. So this is and the last one is the composite matrix representation for the transformation to the normalized viewport. So after this, the same form, the same thing here. The range is in here. The range is from -1 to +1. So here the range is from -1 to +1. So there is some, because of this green line, you are not able to see this. Here the range is from -1 to +1. So here the range is from -1 to +1. Um, so the illustration is being shown in this figure. The illustration is being shown in figure. So this is a clipping window and world coordinate system. So here you are moving this point to the origin, and you're normalizing the square within the range of. In the previous example I was talking about 0 to 1, but now it is from -1 to +1. So this is another approach. So this approach, um, what it will do means, first it will clip the object in normalized coordinate, and then it will transfer the screen description to the viewport screen. So this is the second method which is being followed. So here the matrix can be obtained. Here the matrix can be obtained by substituting -1 for minimum values. Here the matrix can be obtained. Here the matrix for this normalized method can be obtained by substituting -1 for minimum values. For xv min and yv min, you can substitute -1, and +1 for xv max and yv max. So here the matrix for the normalization transformation is obtained by substituting -1 for the minimum value of x view and y view, and maximum +1 for the maximum coordinate position of xv max and yv max. So once you substitute these values in the above matrices, you'll get these two. This is for normal square. So 2 by xw max, wherever xv min yv min is there, I'm applying -1, and wherever xv max yv max is there, I'm adding +1 for the transformation matrix. So I'm getting this resultant matrix. Similarly for this viewport, similarly for this viewport, uh, if you apply x w max, window max, y window max with +1, and x window minimum, y window minimum with -1, you will get this equation. So um, so these are the two equations which are obtained. So these are from the previous methodology itself. We are applying the values of -1 and +1, and we are deriving this equation, this transformation matrix. So um, this is a process which is being followed. So the lower left corner of the viewport will be placed at the coordinate position relative to the display window. So this lower left corner of the viewport will always be placed relative to the lower left corner of the display window. So after this, so this is regarding the clipping part. So the next part is how do you display the character strings? So character strings can be like they can be displayed in like the one thing is when they are mapped through the viewing pipeline to the viewport, the character strings can be managed. The first method is to maintain the character size as the constant. So this method can be used with bitmap character patterns where the outline fonts can be transformed using some other primitives like defining the position for the line segments in outline character shape. And we have one more method. What the one more method is like one more method for this will be we have two types. One method is just to maintain a constant characters thing. The second method is to um, select different clipping windows and also associated viewports for that scene. And also you can display two or more objects simultaneously or different views in a single scene. And also two or more output devices can be used concurrently on a particular system, and you can set up a clipping window for or a viewport for each output devices. So these kind of mapping to a selected output devices is known as workstation transformation. So these are some of the points related to how the character strings can be displayed. It can be displayed using two methods. So we have clipping algorithm. I'll just give the introduction and I'll stop now. So clipping algorithm means um, see, whatever object is there within the display window that will be displayed. Anything which is outside the display window will be removed. For example, can be the photograph, the photo which you take in smartphones. So whatever there in within the frame of that smartphone, that will be captured when you take a photo or a video. So whatever it is outside the frame of that camera, that will not be displayed. The same thing for clipping algorithm also. So whatever portion is there within the display window or specified region will be displayed, and whatever is not there, that will be trimmed off or it will not be displayed. So that we will call it as clipping. So we can clip a point, we can clip a line, we can clip a polygon. So these things we'll study in the next class. So I'll stop the class now. So the remaining we can check out in the next classes. I'll stop the class. So any doubts regarding the today's class? Any doubts? I'll just stop sharing the screen. Any doubts?